Hey YouTube, this is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we've got your last start and sit video for you guys this week for Week 11 in the NFL fantasy world. We've got the tight end position. Again, everything is going to be based off of PPR and half PPR, so hopefully that kind of helps narrow down who you should be starting or sitting. There are two teams that are going to be on a bye this week. You've got the LA Rams and the Denver Broncos, so obviously you don't have Tyler Higbee or Noah Fant this week, and hopefully you had a backup for that, or maybe you guys checked out our waiver wire video earlier in this week and you picked up somebody that I recommended that would be a good fit for you guys. So I'm going to keep this pretty simple. Tight ends, they're very far and few in between. Really talented that perform week in and week out as far as fantasy, and there's some that might give you some average scoring that at least, hey, if you get 10 to 12 points, you're happy with, because that's all you really need out of your tight end position. These are your obvious starts. These are the guys that I believe are going to be some good tight ends that you should be starting this week, whether it be matchup or just based off of the usage that they receive. So again, these are guys that I recommend as a good start that you should just, without a doubt, start them. All right. Now, as far as a good start goes, the first guy I have is Dalton Schultz. Obviously, look, this is going to be a big shootout against Kansas City. Kansas City do allow a lot of yards to the tight end position. They allow 65 yards, which is 27th in the NFL. They're also allowing 15.6 points, which is 24th in the NFL. So not only is it a good matchup, but again, I do expect this Dallas-Kansas City game to be pretty much a high-scoring game. I think even Las Vegas is predicting this to be a high-scoring game for any of you guys who are betting. This is one of those games that I think it does come down to who's going to get the ball last. But I like Dalton Schultz as a good tight end start that you should feel pretty confident in. I think you get 5 or 6 targets and maybe a red zone, get a touchdown here or there for you. Now another guy, this is somebody that you probably have in your waivers still, because I've seen him available. Look, I have Freremouth, who's going to be a good starter, I think, in this future for the NFL, especially for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going against the Chargers, who are also allowing about 65 yards a game, which is 25th in the NFL. They're also allowing 15.9 points, which is 25th in the NFL. So a really good matchup. And look, there's a lot of banged up receivers for the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger is going to be obviously out again, most likely. They haven't announced if he made the clearance for the Saturday, but obviously he's probably going to be out. Mr. Rudolph is going to be the guy. And I like Freremouth. Look, Frere is going to be a good tight end. I think he's going to get a lot of targets. I think he's averaging right now about 9 points. So he's definitely within that average, 10 to 12 point range, which is what you're looking for, at least in a tight end. Last guy I have is a good start. It's going to be Dawson Knox. I understand he only had 1 reception last week, but he did come back from a pretty big injury. He's going against the Colts, who are allowing 62 yards, which is 24th in the NFL. They're also allowing 16.9 points to the tight end, which is 29th in the NFL. And I think this could be a fun game. I think it's going to be a good game between both, Indy and Buffalo. But I do like Dawson Knox. I think this is going to be, last week was kind of getting that rust off. I do like him this week. I think he's going to be someone that's going to get targeted again in the red zone. I think he gets you about 12 to 15 points this week. I like him a lot. Now, as far as a good sit goes, I have Dan Arnold as a good sit, and I've actually loved Dan Arnold every single week. He's somebody I've talked about in waivers. I've talked about as a good start, and he's produced really well. But they are going against the 49ers, who actually are pretty good against the tight end. They're only allowing 32 yards to the tight end, which is second in the NFL. They're also only allowing 9.9 points, which is 8th. Matchup-wise, this is really tough for him. He is going to get targets, I think, just because there's not a lot of weapons for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so you may still have to start him, but I just don't like Dan Arnold's matchup, and I think this might be one where he has a dud for you finally. So it's a really tough matchup for Dallas Goedert and Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this could be one that I think the Saints could put up some good points, but it also could be a close one. The fact that Trevor Siemian, you just don't know what's going to happen with that, but I just think the Saints defense is just going to perform just enough where I think Dallas Goedert doesn't do great. Last guy I have is a good sit. It's going to be Zach Ertz. Look, another former Eagle. Zach Ertz going against the Seahawks, which are allowing 48 yards to the tight end, which is 13th in the NFL. They're also allowing 12.9 points, which is 17th. I get it. The matchup isn't super tough against them. But with Murray possibly out, Hopkins has been ruled out, the weapons are starting to struggle, which sometimes, and in most cases, is a good thing, right? You get less weapons means your tight end might get more. But I think, with that said, I think the Seahawks do a pretty good job at covering the tight end. And I think, you got a Bobby Wagner in the middle of the field. He's going to do a good job trying to shut down Zach Ertz. And I just don't trust him this week as a good start. Now, here's some sleepers I do love. I actually love Mike Kasich this week, going against the Jets, who are allowing 59 yards, which is 21st in the NFL. They're also allowing 13.7 points, which is 19th in the NFL. So a good matchup, and Tua is expected to be playing this weekend. So again, you got a quarterback who I do trust as far as getting down the field. I think Brissett's a little too careful, but I do like Kasich as far as a good sleeper. Last guy I have is a good sleeper, and this is going to be dependent on if he does actually play, because I have Gronk. I think Rob Gronkowski is going to be a good start. Again, pending his health and see what's going to happen. I know he's been expected to be back. We'll see how that goes. But they're going against the Giants, who are allowing 54 yards to the tight end, which is 16th in the NFL. They're also allowing 12.7 points, which is 16th though. Right now, with all the injuries to the receivers, with AB being out and obviously that controversy, Godwin might practice here or there. We'll see if he plays. Gronk is a big addition that Tom Brady really needs. So I think if Gronk does play, I think Tom Brady will look his way, and I definitely see some red zone targets. So those are my start and sit videos for you guys for the tight end position. Hopefully it's helpful for you. Hopefully this kind of clears up and kind of gets you in the right mindset of who you should be starting or sitting. If you guys aren't sure and you haven't picked up anybody off the waivers, let us know who you do have available. We could help you out. Hit us up in the comments, or of course hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. Our links are in the description down below if you want to click on those and follow us there. We're always updating constant news, injuries, whether it be trades, anything that could possibly help you guys get the edge in your fantasy league. All right, if you guys haven't checked out the other videos and this is your first video for the week, make sure you check your quarterback, your running back, and wide receiver start and sits as well. We put in a nice little playlist for you so that way you guys can look at them all and make sure you're prepared for this weekend's games. Again, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. If you happen to stumble upon this, smash that button for us. Hit the notification bell. That way you guys are notified every time we drop a video just like this. That way you guys are prepared. And again, we're here to try to give you that edge for this season. We're about 4 weeks away from playoff start. So thank you guys so much, and I'll check you guys next time.